Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, now this is just going to be a video on my, first impressions and whatnot of a PlayStation Move, which I just got yesterday, but I spent quite a lot of time last night playing with it. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now, what I actually bought was a PlayStation Move bundle pack. Right. I think there are some differences between, the PAL version and the American version, but what you got with this was the remote, well, the Move rather, the PSI camera, and a little demo disc. It's not a full game, it's just got demos of a bunch of different Move specific games on it. Okay, and so I also, obviously since you only get the Move with it, I had to go and buy a nunchuck. Yeah, that's what we're calling it, a nunchuck. This was 25 quid and that starter pack was 50. So it was 75 for everything. That is pretty expensive, for an add-on. It's about half the price of a Kinect, so quite dear. There's the PSI camera up there. I got it taped down because I hate the design of it, I must say, because the wire itself is really bulky and the camera is really light, so it's hard to position it without the wire sort of dragging it. Right. That's why the wire for the sensor bar on the Wii is so goddamn thin, by the way, so that the weight of the wire doesn't pull and, put it off center. So yeah, that's one little nitpick I have about the PSI. But anyway, here are the games I have. I'll go into detail about them. Well, these are games that have Move specific functions. The starter disc, obviously, that's just the demo. Killzone 3, Heavy Rain, The Blob 2, and two games I have yet to try out. Dead Space 2, but what this is, it's got Dead Space Extraction on it with PlayStation Move support. I've played Dead Space Extraction on the Wii, so I'd imagine it's just the same thing, but either way you can play it with the controller, so. But yeah, it's a nice Wii feature, And Little Big Planet 2, got to get onto this actually. It says right here, prehistoric moves. I think this has some sort of Move specific levels. You need the Move in order to play it. I really should get into this actually. Yeah, look, includes 10 bonus PlayStation Move co-op levels. Yeah, I really should give this a go eventually. Right. So anyway, I popped in the PSI and the first thing I played, what I went for, was Killzone 3. I've already beaten this. It was really good, playing it with the controller. And I popped it in with the PlayStation Move, and to be honest, I detested it. It was so clunky and but I remember an hour later I went back to it and I made some modifications. I started to realise how the camera is supposed to be positioned, so I sort of put it down somewhat, because remember, I'm sitting down on this couch. I'm not standing up when I'm playing the Move or that. So I put that down somewhat, and the aiming was a bit better. And then I found out, because to shoot you had to pull the trigger, and the PlayStation Move would vibrate, and as a result, even though it wasn't moving, as a result the aimer on screen would be jaw up and down, and it was impossible to hit shit. So I had to turn the vibration off. But once I did those two things, Killzone 3 controlled amazingly with the PlayStation Move, If you've played a GoldenEye or the Conduit on the Wii, it pretty much plays like that. Obviously the technology in this is a bit more superior to the Wii Remote. It's a lot superior actually. And I think it's a bit more superior to a Wii Motion Plus. Speaking of Wii Motion Plus, if you played Red Steel 2, that's another really well controlling Wii first person shooter. And it kind of controls on that level. You've actually got to reload your gun. You got to twist it, right? You can imagine a Wii game doing that and failing miserably, right? But PlayStation Move actually makes it work pretty well. Even if you don't want to do that, you can just press square here, like you would on the 6-axis, and that would reload. But I got really used to, shooting and then just twisting to reload. It works really well. But yeah, it really does show how well it can work for shooting games, just. Also, I will say right off the bat, right away, they both do feel pretty good, in the hand. I guess I prefer the Wii Remote purely because I've played that more, but what can you do? Right, the other games I played was The Blob 2. Now, if you've played The Blob on the Wii, it didn't really have any Wii motion specific actions. Actually, it did. What it was is that you had to waggle in order to jump. But that was like one of the biggest criticisms behind the first The Blob game. So they've actually removed it and assigned it to a button press. And so you can play it with just the controller, and really they don't use the Wii motion and they don't use the PlayStation Move functions at all, really. It's just a second control option. All you can do is, you know, point at the screen on the menus and that, which you could do in the first The Blob game on the Wii anyway, but apart from that, you know, all the unnecessary waggle that was in the first The Blob game is gone, so adding PlayStation Move in the first place is kind of weird. So, yeah, it's like, seems unnecessary. And to be honest, I think I prefer just playing it with the 6-axis, you know. As comfortable as this feels, you know, you're using up 2 batteries. It just feels like a bit much, you know, so. In any case, and I also played Heavy Rain. Now, Heavy Rain, it worked well enough, but I just think it's really unnecessary, you know. I mean, I love this game, I really do, but I was playing for a couple of the scenes and all the quick time events, you know, you had to waggle the Wii Remote. I keep calling it the Wii Remote! You had to waggle the PlayStation Move in a certain way. And, like I said, it worked, but it just, I don't know, I guess I'm just too used to the 6-axis. I really couldn't get into it. So I don't think I'll be playing through Heavy Rain again. I do want to play through Killzone 3 again, actually, with the Move. I was about to call it that, but no. Right, and of course there's the demo disc right here. The only one I played was Sports Champions, and I gave the Frisbee a go. And I gotta be honest, I was quite impressed with the Frisbee. You know, it was very one-to-one, and swinging it felt really good. It was about, I could probably see something like that happening with Wii Motion Plus, but like I said, the technology in this controller is superior apparently. But I don't think I'll be buying the full game of Sports Champions. Maybe if I could get it really cheap, but I'm not too fussed for it right now, to be honest. But yeah, a bunch of the other, you know, move-specific games were apparently really crap. You know, they got really poor reviews. But one that I downloaded the demo of that I was really tempted for was Time Crisis Raising Storm. I played it, and I really liked it. You know, that game got really bad reviews. I think it's got like a 59 on Metacritic. And I don't know why, because it also includes Time Crisis 4 in this other game or something. It was a co-op game, I think. So 3 games in one, right? So I'm definitely going to be picking that up at some point. I'm pretty sure you can play it with the controller and with, you know, the gun con that originally came with Time Crisis 4, but now that I've got PlayStation Move, I might as well. So yeah. But overall, PlayStation Move, it works, I guess. You know, it purely is just like a second controller option. You know, unless you are, you know, the sort of a casual audience like the Wii has, or Kinect, really. It doesn't really go on that same level as the Wii and Kinect. You know, it doesn't like stink of casualness. You know, there's a lot of hardcore appeal with the PlayStation Move, and that's what I like about it. But as it stands, I wouldn't say it's an absolute essential purchase, because there isn't really anything Move specific that's just like gotta have, you know, amazing. It's just, you know, a second controller option for you to muck about with. And like I said, with like The Blob, Killzone and Heavy Rain, if you can get into it, then, you know, fair enough, you can enjoy it that way. But as it stands, I guess I am pleased I picked it up. Yeah, someone's hammering outside, so I should probably stop now. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for my impressions on PlayStation Move, whatever. Anyway, see you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.